Giants in Modesto here this week, playing the second half of their long road trip. And our player interview spotlight here this week is Giants starting pitcher Eric Silva. And Eric, appreciate the time here joining me today.
Thank you, Joe. It's always a pleasure.
All right, well, tell me about how your experience has been here. Your first full professional season, you're a couple of months in, getting the ball every fifth day. How has it been going for you?
It's surreal. It's been a real blast with being surrounded by all the guys on this team. The pitching staff is tremendous. Being surrounded by a bunch of elite pitchers is nothing but great opportunity for me to learn and for me to ask questions to all these guys that most of them are a couple years older than me. I'm 19 years old. It's honestly like I said, it's very surreal, being the fifth guy in this rotation, seeing a lot of talent, and it makes me want to work as hard as I can, to sustain this spot. I'm still learning. There's a lot of things that I can learn. I've only had 7 starts or 8 starts, but my fastball has been working a lot. Fastball, curveball, that combo, elevating the fastball has been working for me. I've been working in the pen with Runsler and our analytic guys, and we've been talking. I've been asking a lot of questions. These first 2 months has been a real learning experience for me. On and off the field, I've had some slip-ups here and there. Learned from that, but being in professional baseball is a whole different world, and it's truly a blessing. And I'm having the most fun I've ever had.
Well, Eric, you drafted out of high school. I think it's kind of hard to believe that at this time a year ago you were facing high school hitters. And now you've jumped up to full season pro ball. That kind of adjustment, and you've kind of touched on it a little bit, but it's an incredible rise and difference that you're dealing with right now.
Yes, I 100% agree. It is very, very different facing mature hitters that are well-disciplined in the zone and guys that don't chase those, flimsy pitches that would have worked in high school. And it forces me to really dial in and pound the zone a lot more, or else, these seasoned hitters will take advantage of me. Last outing, fell behind a couple. Fell behind a couple counts, and they took advantage of it. Made a mistake, and they capitalized on it. So what I need to do is, I would strengthen my mental game, and definitely lock in a plan and, follow our motto, which is pound the zone, push the pace, and know your plan. And those 3 things are certainly 3 things that I definitely need to work on in order to excel at this level and to be able to transition to face and breeze by these seasoned hitters.
Well, it's all a journey, and here you are just beginning it all as a member of the Giants organization. We're visiting with Eric Silva on tonight's Giants pregame show. And Eric, a Southern California guy. As I was reading a little bit about your draft experience, obviously a lot of teams were interested in talking to you. It sounded like the Giants weren't really one of those, at least at first, that it was a kind of a big surprise for you when the Giants were the one that called your name in the 4th round last year. What was that haul like?
Oh man, it was a huge shocker. Going into draft day and those draft days, we had a plan, obviously, like every prospect had, but it all went down the gutter as soon as the Giants picked up the phone, and I received a call and from my agent. He said, "Hey, Giants are on the table." And I was doing interviews with teams prior to that. I'd say like the couple months prior to that, and every other team besides the Giants were reaching out to me and talking to me, and when they finally picked me and I heard my name on the TV and the Giants logo was up there and I got the call, my entire family was in shock. It was crazy, but it was also a blessing at the same time, because who would have known that such a great organization with such an amazing developmental staff picked me. So I'm very fortunate and very lucky and blessed to be where I am right now.
And after they drafted you, I mean, you had two great options. You had committed to play at UCLA and a big-time college opportunity, pitch in the Pac-12, maybe the College World Series. I mean, who knows? Or a team had just drafted you highly. And I know there's a whole financial element to everything, but what really was kind of the factor for you is you were sitting there last summer and deciding, boy, I've got two great options, and I'm going to decide to go with the Giants and start my pro career right here and now.
My dream ever since I was a little kid was to play baseball at the professional level and become a Hall of Famer and just play on the big leagues, on the big league level. And playing at UCLA and, being a Pac-12 pitcher, competing for a College World Series title, it was certainly a goal that I had set in mind, but it wasn't my dream. And so when I had this opportunity, and obviously there was a financial cherry on top, but when I had this opportunity in my hands, I couldn't let it go. I mean, it was a hard decision because UCLA was my dream school, but at the same time, I feel like this decision has helped me in the long run because I was exposed to state-of-the-art education on arm health and mental health and everything that a professional needs to do. And so I think that it was a choice that I will not regret.
All right. Well, and we're glad to have you, Eric. You're off to a great start here in San Jose in your first full season. Appreciate the time and best of luck to you here going forward.
Thank you, Joe. It was a pleasure.
All right. That's Giants pitcher Eric Silva. He'll be on the mound next in the final game of this series on Sunday. It's the Giants and the Modesto Nuts coming up right after this.